Therefore, verse 24, therefore Daniel went to Arioch, whom the king had appointed to destroy the wise men of Babylon. He went and said thus to him, do not destroy the wise men of Babylon. Take me before the king, and I will tell the king the interpretation. Then Arioch quickly brought Daniel before the king, and said thus to him, I have found a man. Look how he's now taking credit for finding Daniel, which once again, I repeat, is to show the contrast between the personality of the Babylonians who live in confusion as today's society, and Daniel, who was so humble that he wanted to save the evil magicians, sorcerers, and Chaldeans, and astrologers. And he included his friends when it came to the revelation that he received as part of the reason why he received it. So there's a huge contrast between the Yahudim as Daniel and the Chaldeans, the Babylonians, as today's society, I repeat. So I have found a man of the captives of Yahudah who will make known to the king the interpretation. The king answered and said to Daniel, whose name was Belteshazzar. As I was saying, the name Daniel remains the same because it is the original, because it's Hebrew, because it's the most powerful, because names matter when it comes to the set apart one. Since it is written in Aramaic, now he's talking to the king, then we are given once again the name that he had received in order to be able to connect the first chapter with this. So the king answered and said to Daniel, whose name was Belteshazzar, are you able to make known to me the dream which I have seen and its interpretation? Daniel answered in the presence of the king and said, the secret which the king has demanded. This is important. Once again, we see his humility. Daniel answered in the presence of the king and said, the secret which the king has demanded, the wise men, the astrologers, the magicians, and the soothsayers cannot declare to the king. But there is an Elohim in heaven who reveals secrets. But there is a mighty one in heaven who reveals secrets. Elah, as appear in the translation of the brother. So, but there is an Elah in heaven, a mighty one, who reveals secrets. And he has made known to the king Nebuchadnezzar what will be in the latter days. So, Daniel, being so wise, is actually seen, his wisdom is seen through his words, through the way he would talk to the king and to people, and to the Almighty, of course. So he's telling him that Yahweh gave the king the revelation of the end times. Daniel could have said once again, and the Almighty has given me the interpretation of the dream that you had. But no, he's saying, but the Almighty gave you, the king, the revelation of the end times. So I repeat that part. But there is an Elohim in heaven who reveals secrets, and he has made known to the king Nebuchadnezzar what will be in the latter days.